everyone. Welcome to the Mari Show. Everyone, this is Stacy. Stacy, welcome to the show. So Stacy was watching TV one day, turns on the TV to the Mari Show, and she sees a clip of the show and decides this is how she's going to take care of her problem. This is how she's going to figure out who the father of her baby is and exactly what's going to happen to her unborn child. Now, Stacy, please tell us about yourself and how you ended up where you are today.
So, well, Mari, it all started a few months ago. I was out clubbing, having a good time because I'm young and beautiful. So I'm out with my girlfriends just dancing, getting a little crazy when a man comes up to me and asks if I want to share a drink with him. Now, I was a little standoffish because, I don't really do these types of things with strangers. But he was a really nice guy and, well, hot.
Stacy, why don't you tell us a little bit about this hot guy?
Well, he wasn't like any guy I've ever seen before, and he was dressed like weird, He sort of had this skirt thing on with sandals, which was weird because it was December and freezing cold, but whatever. He also had a sword tied to the side of his skirt and was wearing a helmet. So I just thought, oh, he's an actor, cool. He reminded me of a young Russell Crowe, like in Gladiator.
Oh, interesting. Sounds exciting. So what was this guy's name?
Lycurgus. He doesn't have a last name.
Lycurgus. So what happened next with you and Lycurgus?
Well, we were both having a good time, and one thing led to another, and the next thing I know, we were headed to his place, and I woke up the next day and treated it like any other.
Interesting. So that only sounds like half the story. If it was, I'm sure you wouldn't, if that was just half the story, I'm sure you wouldn't be on the show.
Yeah, so actually the next night I went out and was partying again with my girlfriends when another man came up to me and offered me a drink. I almost said no because I never really felt comfortable taking drinks from strangers.
But you didn't take one from Lycurgus just the night before, huh?
Yeah, but
Oh yeah, I know.
So anyways, he really made me feel comfortable and was different than any other guy I dated. His name is John Rawls. He's older and had some gray hair with big thick glasses and a polyester suit. Something about him was so inviting though. One thing led to another, and once again I found myself staying the night at his place.
So that's why you find yourself here on the show today, because shortly after you found something else out, right?
Yeah, Mari, I found out I was pregnant and I don't know who the father is. I want the father to help me decide what to do with the fetus. Well,
Stacy, when we come back, we're going to bring out Lycurgus and Mr. Rawls. But for now, welcome back to the Mari Show. For those of you who just joined us, we were just talking to Stacy, and Stacy has a pretty interesting situation. But right now, we're going to bring out Lycurgus and Rawls. If you can please welcome them to the show.
Hello.
How's it going?
Yay!
How's it going?
Clap, clap, clap.
Thanks for coming.
It's great to be here.
Hello, fellas.
Hi. Hello, Mari.
So Lycurgus, if you were the father of Stacy's baby, what are your plans?
Well, Mary, can I just say that I'm a huge fan of the show, and I try to watch it every day.
Oh, thank you. That's great.
Yeah, but the answer to your question is I'm not going to be like an average guy on the show. I'm going to take full responsibility in ensuring the child is healthy and fit enough to be a member of the Spartan community.
So what do you mean by that?
Well, I will help Stacy in any way I can to make sure the baby is strong. I don't want the child to be puny or ill-shaped. As soon as the child is born, I will take the child away from Stacy and have it be viewed by the elders of Sparta. And if they deem it worthy and healthy, then we won't throw it off a cliff and kill the child. It will be, and when it grows to be 7, we will enroll it in certain classes and companies to learn the Spartan way.
Well, that's interesting. But so, what if Stacy wants to raise the child herself?
Stacy needs to just realize that to grow in Spartan is I messed up right there. Okay. Stacy needs to realize that the growth of Spartan is all that matters. The baby should should not be killed until we know for sure it's ill-shapen or deformed, and if it's not the child that belongs to the community of Spartan, and then Spartan decides what should be done, not Stacy.
Okay, all right. Not sure how I feel about that. So anyways, thanks for your time, Lycurgus. So anyways, Mr. Rawls, what are your views? You know, what if the baby's yours?
Well, Murray, my views are a little bit different than Lycurgus's. First off, I can tell you right now that I doubt the laws that Lycurgus lives by were formed by a veil of ignorance.
Veil of ignorance, what's that?
Yeah, so let me explain that. In order to be fair for all of us, I believe that the law and those decisions made by the law first should be decided by a veil of ignorance, behind a veil of ignorance, excuse me. Meaning that when the laws are made, the people thinking them have no idea where they're going to be placed in society, whether high or low. For example, Lycurgus would have no idea whether or not he was going to be a citizen or a helot. So Lycurgus could, or would rather, then want to make the most good happen for either situation because he doesn't know what his outcome will be. It's the only fair thing.
Okay. So you didn't really answer my question. What if the baby's yours?
Okay, so I have a very utilitarian view, Murray, and if the baby is mine, Stacy and I will get together and decide what's best for both of us. You know, the greatest good for the greatest number.
Okay, but what if her keeping the baby isn't the best thing for the both of you?
Well, then the baby would have to be aborted. That's the only logical thing. Sometimes you have to give up what you feel to be right and make the best decision for all. Sometimes people are going to and will get hurt.
Yeah, well, I don't know how you could live with yourself sometimes. But now that we've heard both sides, we'll take another break and we'll be back with Stacy to talk a little more about what's going on. Welcome back to the Mari Show. Thanks for sticking with us. Here we have Stacy and John Rawls and Lycurgus together for the first time. Let's get back to it. So now that you've heard both sides of what these two men believe and their opinions, how do you feel?
Honestly, I hope neither of them is the father.
All right, we've come to that point finally in the show where we'll answer some questions and figure out who the father is. It's time to reveal the DNA tests. I've got them in my pocket right here. And so we'll start with Lycurgus since he was first. Lycurgus, when it comes to Stacy's unborn child, you are not the father.
I knew it. That we wouldn't be a good match. Our child would be not good for us.
All right. I'm glad you feel okay about that. All right. And we have one more DNA test. Mr. Rawls, when it comes to the unborn child of Stacy, you are not the father.
Thank God. Wow. Thank you. I am way too old for this stuff.
Stacy, what happened? Was there another man or someone you know that could be the father?
I thought for sure it was one of them, but I guess there was one other guy the next night that could be the father.
Oh, wow. Well, Stacy, we'll do our best to help you find out who the father is. I don't know, do you have any idea of who this man might be?
Aristotle was his name, I think.